Welcome to InSight. I'm Wendy Brokaw. Do you recognize any of these characters behind me? Sure you do. You've probably seen them at a local event or a birthday party, a fundraiser, maybe even a children's hospital visit. They are members of Star Wars Oregon, and they travel all over Oregon and Western Washington, bringing the joy of Star Wars to everybody. Star Wars Oregon is a member of the International 501st Legion, also a nonprofit, on a mission to bring smiles, share the Star Wars love, fundraise, build costumes, friendships, develop skills, because it's fun. And as they like to say, we're the bad guys doing good. But what does that mean? Well, let's ask them, starting with Jim. Jim? Hi, Jim. Bad guys doing good? What does that mean?
It's just what we do.
Well, tell me, are you affiliated in any way with Lucasfilms?
Yes, we are. Lucasfilm and Disney, we are.
How so?
Lucasfilm allows us to use the characters for nonprofit and raising charitable funds.
Star Wars of Oregon is a nonprofit. What's your mission?
Our mission is to raise smiles, raise funds for charity, and give back to the community.
Tell me the Star Wars Oregon story. How did you get started?
Oh my gosh, Star Wars Oregon, it was a while ago. I wasn't even a part of it. It was a twinkle in my eye to be a part of this. There's another garrison, it's Garrison Titan up in Seattle. There was a couple of guys that came down here, they would do events down here, and people started recognizing what they were doing and they wanted to be a part of it. So they started Cloud City Squad down here, and then when they recruited enough troops to become the garrison, we became Cloud City Garrison.
Are you all volunteers?
Oh, 100%. Everything we do, from building the costumes to our time, is all 100% volunteer.
How did you get involved?
How did I get involved? Our Jedi right behind you over there, she knows how I got involved. So my wife and I we ran into these people dressed up as Star Wars characters, and we asked them to come to our wedding back in 2011, and they showed up, and we all became fast friends, and they let me into the fold. They became a big family for me.
Tell me about your costume. Do you have to make these yourself?
Yes, that's a part of being the 100% volunteer. We build everything ourselves. Sometimes the armor parts and stuff like that we'll commission, and because not all of us have what's known as a vacuum form table, and we'll commission some of the work. But a lot of the stuff, you see a lot of these people, they do it 100% all themselves.
What do you enjoy most about doing these events? What's people's reaction? Tell us some stories.
People's reactions is kind of one of the reasons why I like doing this so much. When you go to a parade, we were just in McMinnville doing the UFO parade, and you come around a corner and they announce, and coming up, Star Wars Oregon, and the crowd goes crazy. They just go crazy. It just like, underneath this helmet, you're just smiles away. But then there's the other side of it, where we do a Make-A-Wish send-off or something like that. I'm always glad that I'm wearing this helmet, because there's tears involved in there, and it's a big part of your heart and soul, just seeing these people, being able to do stuff for these people to help them out.
Being part of the Make-A-Wish Foundation objective was a really big move for Star Wars Oregon, wasn't it?
It was. There's several really big charities that people will recognize the names of that we do a lot for, and Make-A-Wish is one of them.
What about the kids looking at all of you in your costumes like this? Some of them are a little scary, perhaps. How do you deal with that?
How do we deal with that? That's a good question. Sometimes here's one. One of my favorite events that I've ever done was at the Girl Scouts kickoff event here in Salem, and me and another one of my friends, she was dressed as an Ewok. We went to the Girl Scout event, and there was a girl there, a little girl, who was deathly afraid because I had my helmet on, she had the bear costume, the Ewok costume on, and she did not want to even be in the building with us. So the parents approached us and asked us, can you guys do us a favor? We usually don't take our helmets off or anything, but we did for this because this was a special occasion for this girl, to show her that we are people underneath the armor, bad guys doing good. And from there, she actually took our hands and walked us around and introduced us to people, introduced her friends to us, and it was life altering for her because it took away that fear that she had of people in costumes. And it made my heart just grow so big to see her be able to face her fear and overcome it. It was amazing.
That's a beautiful story. Well, we are going to want to talk to some Jedi warriors. Let's do this. Chris, I know you are resplendent in this outfit. I just wanted to say I wanted to see what it looks like with your helmet on. You can remove it. Oh my gosh, look at that. Complete ablaze with blinks. What is your character, Chris?
This costume I have right here is the Imperial TIE Fighter pilot from the original trilogy.
Why did you decide on that?
This is just one of 4 costumes I have. My first one I have is actually the original Stormtrooper, which got me everybody's dreams, like to be a Stormtrooper. Movement is very limited in that costume, so getting into something like this where I can actually sit down and walk normally and go up and down stairs is a huge improvement.
What do you get out of being a member of Star Wars Oregon?
The smiles that just putting this costume on is worth every penny we put into them, because the joy it brings people, everywhere from a 5-year-old up to a 50-year-old and even higher.
If people want to get involved, do they ever ask you, like, how could I get involved?
We do get that question often, and sometimes people take advantage of our advice, and sometimes they never think about it again. But we give them websites to look into, people to contact, and it's up to them to follow up and see if they really want to do this.
Can you explain to me what this is all going on here? It's a lot going on with your costume.
Well, we just try to make a movie authentic. You'd probably have to go ask George Lucas what he was thinking when he designed them.
The push of the button here, right? Huh? There you go. All right. Well, thank you so much, Chris.
No problem.
Hello, your name is Colin, am I correct? And you are with the Concordia clan?
Yes, that's correct.
I'm completely confused. You've got clans, garrisons, what goes on?
So the big thing is that while we are all different, all members of Star Wars Oregon, we all have different clubs and little niches that we all organize behind. But we're all still focused on the same exact mission.
What is your character?
This character is a custom character that I made up with my own design, and my character's name is Zondral.
And what do you do when you go to places that want you to show up? What's the reaction when people see this impressive outfit of yours?
Well, it all depends on the people. Due to the recent Mandalorian show, a lot more people are being aware of this kind of costume. But most of the time, people are a little bit intimidated at first. But they start growing on us.
What drew you into doing this sort of work?
Well, I've always been a big fan of Star Wars, and I ran into a couple members of Concordia Clan years ago, roughly about 10 years ago. And when I started talking and I find out that Star Wars Oregon costuming and giving back to the community, it was all a thing in this world. And I couldn't resist and I had to get involved.
How do you help out? It looks like you're here helping us out here. Do you all kind of work together somewhat?
Yes, we all try to coordinate and work together. Usually whenever one of us will have an event, if it is the 501st or Rebel Legion, if they have an event that pops up, we try to share and coordinate with each other to try to get as many of us out there as possible.
Well, thank you. I appreciate this. Where are you going next?
Oh, we've got quite a few different events coming up. I have to keep track of them all.
Well, thank you so much. I love your costumes, and it's find out now you make these by yourselves. You actually do all of that wonderful work.
Why wasn't I invited?
Well, we don't normally invite the Sith to these type of things. Sinya?
Well, I'm a part of Star Wars Oregon too.
Wait a minute. I know. Why don't we let you go first?
That would be acceptable.
All right. Okay, do you mind about that? Okay, great. Nobody gets hurt, okay?
Not yet.
That's funny. Sorry. That is funny. Why don't we keep it in? What is your character?
My name is Sinya Fenn. I am the token bad guy.
Tell me, how did you get involved with Star Wars Oregon?
Well, that one bought me a lightsaber for Christmas.
That explains it all. And, doing this kind of work with a saber, it's kind of like a martial arts skill. Do you have to practice to do this?
Yeah, Saber Guild has weekly rehearsals where we practice our fights, we practice forms, so that way we can perform on stage safely.
And how often do you practice?
Right now, every week.
Wow. All right. And your costume, did you have a plan? Did you make this?
I did. I made everything except for the head tails.
What's it like to try to make something like this?
Well, you get lots of help from your Jedi friends after you design it.
Oh, that's great. Well, thank you. I think maybe this would be a good time for us to talk to the others, okay? Would that be good? Please. Hi there. What is your character's name?
My name is Thane Shodan, Jedi Master.
And how did you get involved with Star Wars Oregon?
As Sinya here was explaining, we were actually married. And one year I bought her a lightsaber for Christmas.
Excuse me, did you just say what I thought I heard you say?
Yes, and within our relationship, when we became part of this organization and we're putting our costumes together, I was clearly more the Jedi and she was clearly more the Sith.
What do you get out of being a member here? What is it like?
Oh, it's very rewarding. There's a lot of hard work and sometimes frustration putting the costumes together and learning new skills. But when you do an event and you're able to put this work that we do for fun towards a beneficial purpose beyond ourselves, that's just really rewarding.
Do you have a favorite story you like to tell people about any one of your encounters with people?
Well, there's kind of two encounters that I tend to have. My first favorite story was one time we were performing our kids show, and in the middle of our fight, from the audience, I couldn't see who said it exactly, but a child out there yelled out emphatically, "I believe in you," and my heart just melted. And there was another time where after our show, we had done some interaction with the kids, a little girl had come up to me, worried about this one, and very cautiously said to me, "You can't trust her." So having those type of reactions and creating those experiences is just, it's just amazing.
So the story comes out. You two are married. Tell me, do you have a favorite story?
It's this same show that we did, but we add a little dark side to our kids' training, and there was a whole group of kids chanting dark side after that got announced, which I was like, oh, they're my people.
Well, thank you so very much. And you?
Yes. My name is Eiko May, and it is fantastic to be here.
What do you like about being a member of Star Wars Oregon?
I like being able to bring a moment of magic in each and every interaction and make sure that we can go ahead and create that magic for kids that might not have those moments, honestly, that life is too hard for them, and we can go ahead and create that moment where everything is just released and they get to have fun and be a kid, whether that kid is 5 or 55.
Do you have a story to tell?
I have a few stories. I've been a member of the 501st. I've been a member of the Rebel Legion and Saber Guild as well. Definitely, the children's hospitals have been the most touching and the most magical. However, there was one moment as I was my Jedi character that a child was having a hard time just in the environment that they were in, that I was able to be that Jedi Master and have them calm and center themselves and get them to go ahead and have a fantastic day the rest of the day.
That's quite beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you.
Something is going on. I don't know what it is. I could see it. What's happening?
I'm feeling it too. There's a disturbance in the Force.
I think lightsaber fight.
Oh,
All right. Stand back. I can handle this one.
You think you can take her?
Master Fane. What exactly are you a master of? Getting hit in the face?
Aha! That's it. Give up.
Obviously, it's too easy for you. Clearly. He's never been a challenge.
I'll give you more of a challenge.
I would hope so, but doubtful.
You doubt too easily. I can do simple force tricks too.
Who trained you? Master Tyrion?
You don't even know any Jedi names.
Master Fane? Yeah.
Ow! You see a braid in this hair? I'm a full knight.
Sure you are. I've seen better fighters than you. They're fine.
Take that back.
Join the dark side.
That's it. It's over. You're done.
What are you doing me? Make me train kids again?
We just might. Back on Coruscant.
Oh, Star Wars of Oregon, thank you for joining us today on InSight, coming here from parts unknown. And thank you for joining us today on InSight. I'm Wendy Brokaw, and may the Force be with you.
Saber salute!